Ames is the Chateau Amboise. Say goodbye to Amboise, where bikes are loaded.
This place was so fancy.
It was
I know,
fancy.
it was a good place. It was 320 euros for 2 bedrooms, full breakfast. And it was fun, it was a great breakfast. Amboise is known for a lot of this timbering type construction, which is like 400 or 500 years old. Say goodbye to Amboise, where bikes are loaded.
This place was so fancy.
It was
I know,
fancy.
it was a good place. It was 320 euros for 2 bedrooms, full breakfast. And it was fun, it was a great breakfast. Here we are at the Chateau Clos-Luce, which is where Leonardo da Vinci lived for 2 to 3 years, and he died here in Amboise. And Jordan wants to photobomb. This is some very classic Renaissance type architecture. These narrow little steps that probably Leonardo's feet touched. I'm gonna find his room here.
Red velvet in our lives.
This is Leonardo's bedroom, and that's the bed he slept in. Maybe, we're not sure. It was a long time ago. 500 years ago, I guess. Most of his art is gone from here. This little painting remains. But it was sold and pillaged. But this is his room. Francois I brought him here because he loved the Renaissance. Clear to me, there's the little chapel. Not clear to me if actually Leonardo da Vinci was religious. He fought with the church, but they paid for most of his stuff. Robin thinks this is maybe a little George Bush Sr. Awesome. It's the first parachute. Here's the first helicopter. It'd work if it was in Jello. This is pretty cool. He dreamed of flight. And this guy was driven by his feet and arms. There's not a lot of planning for steering, but obviously you want to have your cannons all loaded before the battle starts, and then you can fire off a series of shots. You don't have to reload. This is the cannon of Vécu, which is a steam cannon, and actually you get the barrel white hot, and then you throw some water in it, and then that actually is what projects. Notice the barrel is long and skinny. It is the premier voiture, which is car, the first car. It tries to use a series of springs to drive the back wheels. And here's maybe a copy of it. We don't think he actually created the first bicycle, but this is in the museum. This bridge is notable as it's a drawbridge, or essentially a swivel bridge. The bridge can rotate around this axis here, and traffic gets run underneath it. Suspension bridge, which is fascinating. You know, it's trying to get things under compression with a standard, but you wanted to get things under tension. Yeah.
To be shockingly.
This is the river that powers this mill, and it would drive this wheel, which would then be transferred to this wheel, and then these series of gears, and then you can get one that's going even faster. You can tumble a box, or cut some lumber, or mill some flour. Here is the one coming off the water wheel. Look how slow it's turning. It has a lot of torque. It transfers to the smaller gear, which comes to the bigger gear. It transfers to the smaller gear, which then comes to this gear, and so on and so on. That's how you increase the speed. This guy fired in a bunch of different directions. This is Leonardo's Archimedes screw variant. Instead of a screw inside of a tube to raise water, this one is a bunch of tubes. And it does work. but I like the medium better. This is the perspective of the priori, and essentially rules are three-dimensional by projecting them on a plane. And I'll see if I can show you what it looks like in here. Let's see if you can see the lines. You can just faintly see the lines as they project. Maggie's raising the weight by pulling on the rope. Or you can run in it even better. This is Leonardo invented kind of a paddle wheel of sorts, but he didn't really have the power to drive boats. He needed something a little stronger than the arm. The Loire is an untamed river, meaning no dams, no diversions. It's actually, there's kind of a lot of rapids on it. It's only like a foot deep in a lot of places, and these are about the only boats that can go on these little flat bottom boats.
Gas is off? Oh no.
Friedman reenactment, take one.
Bonjour, take 3.
We're in the Vouvray section, and if you can't figure out what Vouvray is known for, here's 360 degrees of grapes, and they're known for red wine. But as far as you can see, right, Maggie? Look up, Maggie.
What?
Hey, Lottie, what do you think?
That's what you said. And you shouldn't have videoed me right then.
Limits! I'm on the highway to Vouvray. These are the French gnomes and Snow White.
Snow White. Ooh, those are
Mushroom.
so cute.
Dope,
Oh, look at the
sleepy,
little doggy. Daddy, look
grumpy.
at the doggy. Look, there's a
And
doggy
there's a
and a
little doggy.
chicken.
and
There's a
the
chicken.
poulet.
There's a chicken.
We love poulet roti. I want to see all the fluorescent glowworms. Au revoir. This is the front entrance, Boulangère Pâtissière. And then I think we're going to do something just like that and put a little sign up there too. That'll be fun.
It was just like your hair. Like, what happened to you? That's what happens when
We're here in Vouvray, and this is our little. There's 1,000 chateaux in the Loire Valley, and some of them are, you know, just modest little chateaux like this, not the big ones like Chambord or Cheverny. But this one is just absolutely stunning. It's definitely agricultural area. The Loire brought a lot of fertilized soil down, and they worked it, and that's why all these chateaux are here. But there's Jordan down there. We had a nice bike ride today. It was sunny, and we enjoyed it.
Okay, find
Focus on safety
find blue collar guy.
on the road or in the pizzeria.
Dylan, you weren't thirsty, were you?
Thank you, honey. Definitely something for the,
This is the carpaccio, which is appetizer, which is raw beef. I had arugula, Parmesan cheese, some olive oil, capers. It's pretty good. This is the ravioli with the goat cheese and the figs.
Oh, those beans are good.
They look delicious.
Oh, here, you're gonna try some.
Right now. I should order that just for the